Hi, Manahil. Am I audible?
Hi, ma'am.
Are you good?
Yes.
Okay, so today we're going to be looking at simplification. So let me just start sharing my screen right away. So are you familiar with negative signs, positive signs, and so on and so on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I am going to introduce you to something. So let me just go to my phone. And yeah, there we go. So what I'm going to firstly introduce to you is that when you're dealing with negative multiplied by positive, the answer that you're gonna get is gonna be negative. And when you're dealing with negative multiplied by negative, the answer is going to be positive. So if you are dealing with a positive number and that positive number is multiplying with a positive number, the answer is still going to be positive. So same comes or when we're dealing with division. So when you are dividing a negative number by the positive number, you're gonna get the answer being negative. And again, if you're dealing with negative, divide by negative, you're gonna get a positive answer. So if you're dealing with a positive, divide by a positive, you're gonna get a positive answer. So let me show you something. So let's say we have negative 2. Okay, I'm starting by divide. Let me start by multiply by. We're dealing with the first one, 1. So the answer that is, or that you are going to get here is negative 2. Why am I getting negative 2? Because I'm multiplying a negative number and a positive number. So if I'm dealing with a negative 2 multiplied by negative 2, the answer here is going to be positive. No, it's not going to be positive 2, but it's going to be positive 4. Right. So let me just carry on with the third one. So now we are multiplying positive 2 multiplied by positive 2. The answer here is going to be positive 4. This is this one. So when you're dealing with a division, I was like negative divided by positive is going to give you negative number. So this is going to look like something, let's say I said negative divided by positive 1. Or let me just use positive 2. So if it's negative 2 divided by positive 2, the answer here is going to be negative 1. Why is it negative 1? We have the negative there. If we are saying negative divided by negative, so let's say it's negative 2 divided by negative 2. What's going to happen here is that these negatives cancels and you're going to remain with 2 divided by 2, which is going to give you positive 1. It's this part. The last one we are looking at is positive divided by positive. So it's more like 2 divided by 2, which is going to give you positive 1. Are we clear there?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So let me just go to the session today. So today we're going to be looking at this. So what I want you to note before we start is that if you are being told, let me just come here. If you are told, Uti, x equal to 2, and then you are told to find, let's say, find the value of the following. They say x plus 5. So let me just introduce if. So if x equal to 2, find the value of the following, which is x plus 5. So what you do is that where there is an x, you substitute with the value of x, which is 2. So we're gonna have something like 2 plus 5. Why am I saying 2 plus 5? Because x up here, we're told that is equal to 2. So it's gonna be 2 plus 5, which is going to be, what is 2 plus 5?
3.
Oh, 2 plus 5.
Oh, sorry, 7.
Perfect. So you're gonna get your answer as 7. So let me just give you the last example of the introduction, and then we dive into the thing. So let's say if A equal to 3, B equal to 4, what is the value of A plus, okay, let me just draw a box here. So what is the value of A plus B minus, let's say minus 2? What you're gonna do, what do you think you're gonna do there?
We're going to say negative 2
Yes.
plus 2 3
Yes.
and plus 4
Okay, so it's gonna be 3 plus 4 and another one.
minus negative 2.
No, it's not minus negative 2, but it's minus 2, right? So
Yes,
you write minus 2. And then what is 3 plus 4 minus 2?
5.
Okay, so the answer is 5. So this is your value of the sum. So the exercise says if A is equal to 3x squared plus 5x minus 2, B equal to negative 2x minus x squared plus 7, and the last one, which is C, being equal to negative 5 plus 2x squared plus x, determine the following. 1.1 says A plus C. So what we're gonna do here, we are being told that we have to determine the value of A plus C. Means we're going to add A, which is this one, 3x squared plus 5x minus 5, and the value of C, which is negative 5 plus 2x squared plus x. So let me just go down to write the value of A, which is 3x squared plus 5x. So we have 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. So we write our minus 2. We go there again, Vati plus C. So what I'm going to say now is that when you add your plus, make sure you introduce a bracket for the other one. So inside the bracket, you're gonna write the value of C, which is this one. So it's negative 5 plus x squared, negative 5 plus 2x squared. Let me see the last one, which is plus x. And you write your plus x. We close the bracket. Why am I introducing the bracket? I'm doing that so that this sign, remember there is an imaginary what? 1 there. So that imaginary one is going to multiply each and every thing that is inside the bracket. So it's gonna be like positive 1 multiplied by negative 5, positive 1 multiplied by 2x squared, and the last one, positive 1 multiplied by x. So now we have our 3x squared plus, okay, let me remove these lines. There we go. Plus 5x minus 2. And then what do we get when we multiply a positive and a negative?
A negative.
Perfect. So we're going to have a negative. What is positive 1 multiplied by negative 5?
Positive 1 minus negative 5.
Perfect. So we're
Or
going to
is
get
it
our
10?
negative. So it's going to be 1 multiplied by negative 5.
Negative 5.
Negative 5. Perfect. There we go. So let me just remove this. And then we have, what is 1 multiplied by positive 2x squared?
It's 2x squared.
Perfect. So let me, so it's, don't forget the sign. So it's positive 2x squared. So what is positive 1 multiplied by positive x?
X.
Perfect. What's the sign?
Plus x.
Perfect. So it's gonna be your plus x. Then we go down with looking at the like terms. Do you remember what like terms are?
Yes.
Which ones are your like terms from the whole expression? Let me just,
So remember, what are you asking?
do you remember the like terms?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, so looking at these, which ones are your like terms?
The 5x.
Okay, so let me just 5x, yes.
And the x.
And the x. Do you see any other like terms?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so these are your like terms. So we have 3x squared and we also have 2x squared. Aren't they like terms?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. And we also have the numbers. Numbers are like terms. As long as it is a number that is standing on its own, they are like terms. So if it's 1 plus 5, these are like terms. 4 plus 7, like terms. But then 4 plus 6b, they're not like terms because b has a friend there or has a surname of another country or another community, something like that. So when you're dealing with this type of questions, you're gonna have 3 like terms. So we're gonna have our, what was the first ones? Or let me just do this now and then I'll ask you for the coming one. So here we're gonna have 3x squared. Let me just change my color to black. So it's gonna be 3x squared. Since we have x squared, we also have x squared here. We can take this whole thingy, the plus 2x squared. So we have to make sure that we start by x squared, x, and the number. So the next one, we're looking at plus 5x, which is a friend or a relative to plus x. So you write your plus x. The last one are the numbers, which is negative 2 minus 5. So what is going to be 3x squared plus 2x squared?
5x powered by 2.
Perfect. So you just add your numbers and you remain with the main. So what is plus 5x plus x? So now we're dealing with this one.
5x to the power of 2 plus 5x equals 10x powered by 2.
Oh, now we're dealing with this one. These ones. Can't it like terms?
Equals 5x plus x equals 6x.
Perfect. So it's gonna be plus 6x. So what is negative 2 minus 2? Or minus 5, sorry.
-7.
-7. So this is your final answer. Are we good here? Or I can just give you another example.
Can you give me another example?
Okay, so let me just change the thingy. Okay, let's see. Let's just work with plus. So let me say A plus C. Hopefully it will bring back the answer. Or let's just do 1.2. 1.2 says C minus B. So we just write our C minus our B. Let me just draw a line here so that we show that we're dealing with C minus B, which is 1.2. So we have to look at what is the value of C, and we find that the value of C is this one, is -5 plus 2x squared plus x. So we go down -5 plus 2x squared, that's it. -5 plus 2x squared. I didn't see the last one, or plus x, and we write our plus x. So they were like, we have to say C minus. So we don't have to forget our minus introduction of the bracket, so that we can see what these are different things that we're working with. So now they say C minus B, which is -2x minus x squared plus 7. So we write our -2x minus x squared. So it's -2x minus x squared, x squared, going back again, plus x. So we write our plus x, we close the bracket. So what do we do first? We remove the brackets by this, that is outside, the sign that is outside. So it's gonna multiply each and every sign that is inside, so that we can see whether the signs are going to change. So we just write our first part, which is -5 plus 2x squared plus x. What is negative multiplied by -2? So it's gonna be -1 multiplied by -2. Are you there?
-1 equals -1
Yes.
divided by -2 equals +2.
Okay. Oh, we're not dividing, we are multiplying. So the answer it is correct. So if you are multiplying a negative by a negative, your answer is gonna be positive. So what is going to be -1 multiplied by -2x?
Equals +2.
+2, what?
+2x
Yes.
minus
Yes.
minus x to the power of 2.
Okay. Okay.
And then
So John, Okay, let me just I'm writing down. So we have a negative here, remember? So the negative is gonna multiply the negative 2. It's gonna multiply the negative x squared. It's gonna also multiply the positive x. So negative multiplied by negative usually gives you positive, meaning that if you are multiplying this negative and this one, it's gonna give you positive 2. If you're multiplying the negative and the negative x squared, is gonna give you positive x squared. If you're multiplying the negative and the positive, it's gonna give you negative. Are we okay there?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So what is going to be negative 1 multiplied by negative x squared?
Equals to x. X
Perfect.
squared.
X, which x? Negative, positive, just an x squared?
Positive.
Perfect. So it's gonna be your positive x squared. So it's plus x squared. So what is negative x, your negative 1 multiplied by x, which is positive?
Sorry?
What is negative multiplied by positive x?
Negative x times by positive x
Yes,
equals negative x.
perfect. So it's gonna be negative x. So what do we do next? We look for the like terms. Oh, I'm just writing it. So now we're gonna look at the like terms. Do you see your like terms there?
Yes, ma'am.
Usually you're gonna have 3 like terms. So which ones are your like terms, or which ones are the first like terms?
The negative 5, the
Okay,
2, the 2x,
which one?
the 2x to the power of 2,
Okay, yes.
the x, the 2x, the x to the power of 2, and the negative x.
Okay, so tell me, what are we gonna start with now?
We are
Usually we
going
start,
to,
yes.
so, so 2 to, so 2x to the power of 2 plus, um, the, the x to the power of 2.
Okay, yes.
And which equals to, oh wait, no, sorry, um plus um plus x,
Okay,
and then plus 2x,
okay,
and then minus x,
okay. And the last one?
and then negative 5.
Perfect. So what is going to be 2x squared plus x? Sorry, x squared.
So it's going to equal 3, so 2x plus to the power 2x to the power of 2 plus x2 will equal to 3x to the power of 2
Perfect. 3x to the power of 2
plus, so
plus,
x plus 2x equals 3x, and then 3x minus x equals 2x.
All right, so it's gonna be plus 2x, okay,
And then minus 5.
minus 5. So this is your final answer and it's correct. So let's go with the other one, but 1.3. Or you want me to give you an exam, a thingy to work on?
You can give me something to work on.
Okay, so let's say find 1.3, which is A. We already have plus C. Okay, A plus B. Try this one. So let me just clear this thing and increase here. So you are using the if here. You are using this to find the value of A plus B.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, so what was your final answer? Oh, let me just say, how did you do it? go
I
down.
first
Okay, give me 2 minutes so I can get this part. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go. How did we find our answer?
So first I wrote the question. I wrote 3x to the power of 2 plus 5x minus
Okay.
2 plus
Okay.
open bracket
Let me write it down. So it's 3x squared. Yes.
plus 5x
Plus 5x. Yes.
minus 2
Minus 2. Perfect.
plus
Plus.
open brackets negative 2x minus x to the power of 2
Okay.
plus 7.
Plus power 7. Yes.
And then for then I wrote which equals to 3x to the power of 2 minus
Okay. So
x to the power of 2.
minus x to the power of 2. Okay.
And then I wrote plus 5x minus 2x.
Okay.
And then I wrote plus 7 minus 2.
Plus 7 minus 2. And what was our answer? Final answer?
My final answer was 2x to the power of 2 plus 3x plus 5.
All right. Okay, correct. So let's go on. You're fine with this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the third one says, determine the product of A and negative 2. Do you know what a product is?
When you times
Perfect. So now you're gonna find the product of A and negative 2. What do you think we're going to write if they told you that? So you are supposed to multiply or times the given information. So which ones were you going to multiply?
the a and the negative 2.
Okay, so you were going to have A multiplied by negative 2.
Yes.
All right, so it's A multiplied by negative 2. So now we are already given the value of A, which is 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. So where there is A or here or A, we're supposed to substitute it with this value. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So let me just do it like this. So now we're gonna have, where there is A, we're gonna write our 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. This in a bracket multiplied by negative 2. So this means that the number that is outside the bracket is going to multiply each and every number that is inside the bracket. So you're gonna have what we call negative 2 multiplied by 3. What is negative 2 by 3?
Negative 5.
Perfect.
6,
So you
sorry.
write,
Negative 6.
all right. I wasn't thinking about my answer. So it's negative 6. What is the other thingy that you left?
X to the power of 2.
X to the power of 2. And what is negative 2 multiplied by 5x?
Negative 10x.
Perfect. So it's negative 10x. What is negative 2 by 2?
Ma'am, wouldn't it be negative 2 times negative 2
Yes.
equals positive 2?
Hmm? Think through
Negative
the
2
answer there.
times
Negative
negative
2.
2 times negative 2 equals positive 4.
Perfect. So you can have your positive 4. So this one is correct. So I think I'm going to give you, let me just write an example for the homework, which is going to be the product of C and negative 3, B and negative, let me say, uh, negative 8. I'll send it to you. So now, but consider the following expressions. So now we are changing, we're no longer using the a's that were given, right? But a being equal to x 3x squared minus 2 plus minus plus 4x. B being 2x minus 6x squared plus 5x squared. And we also have the fourth one, which is 4 minus 2x squared plus 3x. So, but to determine the value of a plus b plus c. So what you're going to do here is that you do the same thing with, okay, let me just clear my space here so that I don't have any disturbance. Yeah. So, but to determine a plus b plus c. So we have a plus b. Okay, my b is not looking good. Plus c. So where there is 1, what do you think you're going to where there is a, what are you going to substitute from the given expressions?
Sorry?
So now we have these ones. So we have a to c. A being 3x squared minus 2 plus 4x, right? B being equal
Yes.
to 2x minus 6x squared plus 5x squared. And the last one being 4 minus 2x squared plus 3x. So 2.1 says, determine the value of a plus b plus c. So what are you going to have under a, or where there is a, what are you going to substitute?
We're going to write 3x to the power of 2 minus 2 plus 4x.
Perfect. So let me just write that down. Is 3x squared. So it's gonna be 3x squared minus 2. Write our minus 2 plus 4 plus 4. So let me just introduce a bracket, and we have a plus here into bracket. The value of b, which is
2 2x minus 6x to the power of 2 minus 5 plus 5x to the power of 2.
perfect. And we also introduce a bracket. The last one is plus c, which is going to be
4 minus 2x to the power of 2 plus 3x.
perfect. I think I won't have enough space here. So let me just write it like this. So we're gonna have 4 minus 2x squared, and it's not looking good, plus 3x. So what do we do with Batking? We have to remove the brackets by this thingy that is outside of this So I forgot to also include a bracket here. So yeah. So the first thing first that we're gonna do, we're gonna write our 3x. So let me just, so it's gonna be 3x squared minus 2 plus 4. Positive times positive is going to be, what is positive multiplied by positive?
A negative.
Positive by positive.
Oh, sorry. Positive.
Okay. So you write your positive 2x, positive by negative, plus multiply by negative. Are you available?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have plus multiplied by minus.
Equals negative.
Perfect. So we just write our negative there. So we have our negative 6x squared. And what is positive by positive?
A positive.
Perfect. So we write our positive 5x squared. So now we have this one. Oh, let me just write it in the order here. So it is 4 minus 2x 2x plus 3x, which is inside the bracket and it's supposed to be here. So what is positive? This positive, okay, let me write it there. What is positive multiplied by positive?
Positive.
Positive 4. What is positive by negative?
A negative.
Negative 2x. And what is going to be positive by positive?
Positive.
Positive 3x. So now we look at our like terms. Do you see any like terms there? Let me increase this thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Which ones are your like terms?
Um, the 3x.
Okay.
No, no. The negative 2
Okay, let me see. Negative
plus
3.
2 plus 4 plus 2x.
Okay, plus 2x. Let me see. These
And
ones are the like terms.
yes. And the plus 4 minus 2x plus 3x.
Are like terms.
Yes.
Do you remember like terms?
Also, the 3x to the power of 2
Okay.
and the negative 6 to x to the power of 2 plus 5x to the power of 2.
Okay, so what were you going to write firstly?
We are going to write 3x to the power of 2
Okay.
minus 6x to the power of 2
Okay. Let me just pull this down. Yes.
plus
Yes.
5x to the power of 2
Plus 5x to the power of 2. Yes.
and then
So
plus 2
these
so
are,
plus
yes.
2x plus negative 2x minus 2x plus 3x
All right. Yes.
and then minus 2 plus 4
plus 4.
plus
Okay.
4
Plus another 4. So let's see. Our 3x squared is gone. Our 6x squared is gone. Our 5x squared is gone. Our 2x is gone. Our 2x, that is negative, is gone. And our 3x is gone. We're remaining with our 2 is gone. Our 4 is gone. And lastly, our 4 is gone. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. So what is going to be your final answer?
So 3x to the power of 2 minus 6x to the power of 2 equals negative 3x to the power of 2
Negative 3x to the power of 2, correct?
um plus so 5x to the power of 2 plus um 2x
Okay.
so
Okay.
the negative 3x to the power of 2 plus the 5 x to the power of 2
Mm.
equals 8 to 8x negative um negative
Okay, so we have something like this.
negative
3 minus 6 plus 5. So you said what is 3 minus 6?
negative 3
Negative 3. Now we have a plus 5. So what is negative 3 plus 5?
positive 2
Positive 2. Perfect. So what is going to be our final answer here?
pos 2x to the power of 2
Perfect. So it's going to be 2x to the power of 2. And these ones are gone. So what is the next letter or number? Sorry,
um
letter number.
so plus 2x minus 2x plus 3 which equals to 3x
Perfect. So it's gonna be 3x. Which 3x is it? Positive, negative?
positive
Perfect. Don't forget positive 3x. So what is going to be the last one? So these ones are gone. So what's gonna be the last?
the last one is going to be um
So it's negative
it's negative
2
10
plus, okay, let me just write it like this, plus 4. So it's something like this. You say it's positive 10.
negative 10
Okay, so Jong, what is negative 2 plus 4?
negative 6
Okay. Do you have a calculator next to you now?
yes
Okay, punch this on a calculator. Are you winning?
Ma'am, but doesn't a positive plus a A negative equals a negative.
Okay, so now we are adding and subtracting, right? So we have 2, which is negative, we have positive 4, we have positive 4. Okay, let me start it like this. So let's say we have our negative 2. What is 4 plus 4?
8.
Perfect. Which is what sign?
Um,
Positive, negative?
positive.
Perfect. So you're going to have your positive 8. So what is negative 2 plus 8?
Sorry?
Negative 2 plus 8, this one. So this one is the same as saying 8 minus 2.
6.
Perfect. So it's going to be 6. So let me see if the answer is the same. Yeah, it is going to be positive 6. So you saw why the answer is not 10. Do you see?
Yes.
Okay, so the thing is, since we have a negative on this side, the negative is going to affect each and everything. But then if we didn't really have the negative, we're gonna have 2 plus 4 plus 4, which is going to be 10. But since we have a negative, it is going to affect this whole thingy and it will lead it to being a subtraction thingy. You get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So now we said our final answer is positive 6, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's positive 6, so this is correct. And this is correct. I'm so impressed. So let me see, I'll also prepare another homework for that one. So Bati, determine negative 3 multiplied by 8. So this one is the same as that one whereby they said determine the product of. So this negative 3a is the same as saying negative 3 multiplied by a. So what you're gonna do is that, let me just create this part. So what we're gonna have now is we're gonna have negative 3a, which is the same as saying negative 3 multiplied by a. What we're gonna have lastly is negative 3 into what is the value of a. You get me?
Yes.
Okay, so what are we going to write in the brackets?
Negative, A, sorry.
Yeah,
We're
so
going to write 3x to the power of 2 minus 2 plus 4x.
okay, perfect. So where there is a, we write our, oh, let me do it like this, 3x squared. So we have our 3, all right, my x is not good looking, 3x squared minus 2 plus 4. Plus our 4, is it just 4? No, it's not just 4, it's 4x. So remember that each and every number or letter or sign that is outside the bracket is going to what? To multiply each and everything that is inside the bracket. So what do you think it's the answer when you say negative 3 multiplied by 3x squared?
So, negative 3 plus
No,
3k.
it's multiplied by, oh, it looks like a k. It's an x. do it like this. So it's 3x squared. There we go. So now we're gonna be like -3 multiplied by 3x squared. What's gonna be your answer?
-3 times -3 times 3x to the power of 2 equals -3x to the power of 2.
Okay, you are multiplying now. You're multiplying this one and this one.
Equals -9x to the power of 2.
-9x to the power of 2. So what's going to be -3 multiplied by -2? -2 times -2, -3.
Equals -6 to the power of 2.
Okay, you see the one that we're dealing with now?
Yes.
We're multiplying this and this one. It's just a 2. So it's more like -3 multiplied by -2. So what's gonna be your answer if you're, yes?
It's going to equal, so -3 times -2 equals +6.
+6, correct. So we write our +6 okay, it's not a minus. I think it's a plus. Okay, let me just do it like this. Okay, yeah. So we have our plus. Okay, sorry about this. Plus 6. And then what is going to be -3 multiplied by +4x?
-9x plus 6 equals
Okay, now we're dealing with this one. Yeah.
which one?
Okay, wait. Sorry about that. So now we're dealing with, or I think I should have just wrote the thing. So now we're dealing with -3 multiplied by +4x. So what do you get when you multiply -3 and 4x?
Equals -7.
-7. All right, yeah. So it's gonna be -7. I think we forgot something. -7, don't.
-7x.
-7x. Perfect. So there we go. Are you clear with this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I think I'll also give you a homework with that one. So let's do 3, and yeah, I think our time is even up. So let me just do 3 with you. So 3 says subtract. Okay, I think my question here is not full, but then subtract 3x squared minus 2x minus 7 from 4x squared minus 2x minus 6. So this term from is very, very important. It means that you are subtracting this first one from this one, meaning that this second one is going to be the first one that you're going to be writing. So let's say this one is our A and this one is our B. So if they say subtract B from A, they mean that you're going to say A minus B. Are we clear?
Yes.
So the moment they say subtract A from B, we're gonna no B from A, we're gonna have our A, which is, let's let A be equal to 4x minus 2x minus 6. And our B, okay, let me just create this so that you can see what I'm talking about. Our B being this one, which is equal to 3x squared minus 2x minus 7. So what are we going to have there is that we're going to be having 4. Okay, let me just change it to black. So we're going to have 4x minus 2x minus 6 minus, let's not forget the bracket, 3x squared minus 2x minus 7 close bracket. So what do we have now? So we're supposed to remove the brackets, these brackets, by the outside sign, meaning that the sign is going to multiply the positive that is inside, the negative for the second one, and the negative for the third one. So we write our first part, which is 4x minus 2x minus 6. So what is negative multiplied by positive 3x? Are you available when
Equals
I? Yes.
equals negative 3x to the power of 2.
Perfect. So we go there, we write our negative 3x to the power of 2. So it's negative 3x to the power of 2. So what is going to be negative multiplied by negative 2x?
Which one, ma'am?
This one. Negative x minus negative multiplied by negative 2x.
Equals positive 2x.
Positive 2x. Perfect. So we go there, we write our positive 2x. So we have our positive 2x. So what is going to be negative or multiply by negative 7?
Positive 7.
Positive 7, correct. So we write our final thingy as positive 7. So do you see like terms there? Any like
Yes.
terms? Which ones?
The 4x
Okay, let me
4x
confirm
minus.
something. 2 minutes, let me confirm something. Okay, I made a mistake. It's 4x squared. I was shocked. So it's 4x squared, 4x squared. There we go. So what is our like term, or what are our like terms?
The 4x to the power of 2 minus 2x. The 6 minus 3x to the power of 2. The 2x and the 7.
Okay, so what is our final answer?
Our final answer is.
So now we are grouping them.
So 4x to the power of 2 minus 3x to the power of 2, which equals 1 which equals
Okay,
x
so
to the
let's do
power
it
of
like
2.
this now. So let's do it like this. Let's group them firstly, and then we can deal with the final answer after. So we
So
are grouping them. Yes.
so minus 2x
Okay,
plus
minus
2x.
plus 2x, okay.
And then plus no, minus 6 minus 7. Negative
Minus
6
6 minus
plus minus 6 plus 7.
perfect, perfection. And what is going to be our final answer?
X to the power of 2
Okay, x to the power of 2, yes.
minus negative 4x
Okay, negative 4x, okay.
and also
The last one.
negative 13. Oh, sorry.
Mm,
Negative 6 plus 7 equals 1.
perfect. Which one? Negative or
The last
positive one?
positive one.
Positive one. Okay, so Jong, you see this one?
Yes.
So it's negative 2x plus 2x. So remember when you see this, but you are adding, you kind of subtract. If you see something like this, you kind of subtract, or you're dealing with subtraction. So if you take a calculator and be like negative 2 plus 2, it is going to give you something else other than 4. Do you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you get in your calculator when you punch negative 2 plus 2?
0.
Perfect. So what's going to be our real final answer?
0.
Okay. So now let's write the full answer, even including these ones.
So 4x to the power of 2 minus 3x to the power of 2, which equals 2. X to the power of 2,
Okay.
and then minus 0
Okay. Minus 0.
minus 1, positive 1.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So positive 1. And what is going to be 0 plus 1?
1.
Perfect. So your final answer is going to be x squared plus 1, which is correct. So let me prepare something. Can you do a screenshot and do 3.2 for me? And share it with, say, I'll also send some homework, and in the next we'll go through 4 and 5.
Done, ma'am.
Perfect. So thank you for today's session. It was nice and wonderful. So you can write 3.2 and send it to Say. I'll also prepare something that you can also send to Say. So we have reached the final thingy. We have reached the end of the session. So thank you so much for today. Goodbye.